Custom Firearms. Doing something a little different. So if you've paid any attention to my channel, you've probably noticed that I am a fan of the scout rifles and practical rifle type of stuff. I build quite a few. I'm in quite a few communities, both online and all that are enthusiastic about the scout rifles and practical rifles and that type of shooting. There's a Facebook page. There's a few Facebook pages, and then there's a few. There's a online, what do you call it, blog, sort of thing. Anyways, a few groups. So I had an idea to try and get, I don't know, more interest in it, and also to kind of like bring the groups talking more to each other, and then competing against each other. So I kind of came up with a practical rifle competition that should be able to be done at just about any private or public range. So how this is going to work is I'm going to start it off, and I'm going to do the first competition at my range, and then I'll post the information. It'll be part of this video, be coming up after this segment. And I'll post the score and all that. And then you can go to your range and do the same competition, the same shooting series. And then send me the info, and I'll put it up on my website. And we'll keep score. We'll see who's doing what kind of shooting and who's doing the best. And yeah, we can create a good, healthy competition, you know. The idea is, you know, iron sharpens iron. So, you know, we want to create good marksmen, riflemen out there, okay? So, the best, I mean, there's a few different ways you can do this. Now, Jeff Cooper, in his book, The Art of the Rifle, laid down a few competitive type shooting scenarios. The difficulty is if you don't have an adequate range for it, it's going to be hard to do those. Or if you don't have a private range, sometimes you can't do them because some public ranges won't let you move closer or farther from the target and stuff like that. But this will be fun. So what I came up with, you guys will see the target up there behind me. That is the RE Factor IQ target. That's the one for the rifles. We're going to be using that. We're going to be using their Dead Man's Hand shooting deck. I got notes right here, so forgive me. And we're going to shoot against each other, okay? This will be a lot of fun. I don't know if there's going to be any prize or anything, but maybe a quarterly prize for the best shooter. I might come up with something. We'll see. We'll see what I can, you know, dig up. You know, might be just, you know, a box of ammo or something like that. And yeah, you know, we'll see. Okay, so let me go over how this is going to be scored real quick, okay? And I have a photocopy of, okay, a target. You can see that there. Now, so here's how we're going to score. Any shot inside of the blue designated area, okay, is going to be 10 points, all right? Any shot that's on the black line or a half-inch out is going to be 5 points, okay? I decided to do it that way because we're going to be going at longer ranges than the target's kind of designed for, so I wanted to give it a little bit more of a competitive edge. All right, if it's outside of a half an inch, if it's further than a half an inch from the side, no points. You get nothing. Okay? All right. There's also going to be a time aspect to it. So, the fastest time will get 10 points. All times after that will be given a reduced amount of points based on the difference between theirs and the fastest point. So like for instance, if the fastest time is a 3.5, and then you shoot a 4.75, you get 6.429 points. Okay? I'll post the math on how to figure that out on my website. By the way, all this will be explained on the website, vdcfirearms.com. Okay? So I'm going to have a whole separate section for that to start off the competition. So it's going to be a lot of fun, so we can keep track of things there. All right. So that's the scoring. Now, how are we going to set up the competitions? Well, okay, let's start off with what you're going to need. You're going to need the RE Factor Tactical IQ target for rifles. You are going to need the Dead Man's Deck for rifles again, okay? And you are going to need a shot timer, okay? So those are the basics that you're going to need for the competition. Now, so I've been looking over these cards, and these are really kind of geared towards tactical shooting. So I will make modifications each time we do one, as far as how we're going to adapt it to the type of shooting that we're doing. You know, general rifle practice. So, like, for instance, this card, okay, is at 7 yards, okay? We're going to put a minimum yards of 25 on it, and I'm doing that just because a lot of public ranges, they won't let you shoot that close to the target with a rifle, okay? So I think 25 yards is probably going to be the most common minimum at public ranges, so that's what we're going to do for. So, like, if we drew this card, we would automatically do it at 25 yards, okay? They'll be at 50 yards, and they'll be at 100 yards. Shouldn't have any problems there. If the card calls for you moving closer and further away from the target, we're not going to do that because, again, a lot of public ranges won't let you do that. So, like I said, I want to give as many people a chance to be in this competition as possible. So we're going to kind of tailor it to what everybody's going to be able to do. All right? So, like, if it requires you to move closer and further from the target, what we'll do is we'll do a position change instead. Okay? So, yeah. And again, okay, so position changes. So, like, this card here is at 25 yards, and it has, from high ready, fire 3 shots on the red 1 circle, okay? And then it goes to kneeling. Now, you can do kneeling, you can do rice paddy prone, you can do sitting. I'll allow any of those, okay? And then, of course, then it goes to prone. Prone is prone. Everybody knows what prone is, okay? So there won't be any shooting from the bench here, all right? So like I said, we're going to tailor the distances to what's most commonly be able to be found at a public range. All right. Rifle restrictions. Yes, we are going to have rifle restrictions. This is not a tactical competition, so you won't be bringing your AR-15s. I'm sorry, but that's just the way it is, okay? You're going to be using scout rifles, okay? That's Jaeger Scout, one of my favorites. That's one I'm going to be starting off with. And you're going to be using practical rifles, okay? Bolt actions and lever actions. That's pretty much going to be the limit to it, okay? So practical rifles, this includes your hunting rifles. Yeah, the barrels are a little longer. It's not going to make a difference on this competition. But it does have to be either a bolt action or a or lever action, okay? Scope. We're going to have a scope restriction, okay? Fixed power or low power optics only. Forward mount or standard mount. Variable optics are fine. They cannot exceed a ×5 magnification. If your scope you're using can go greater than ×5, simply do not set it for more than ×5. We're going to go on the honor system. We're going to take your word for it. But please, there's no reason to cheat. This is good fun. This is training. Okay. Setting restrictions on variable powers. If you are shooting between 25 and 50 yards, you cannot have more than 2.5 times magnification. Okay? At 100 yards, you can go up to the maximum of 5. All right? So that's the restrictions for your scope. All right? So I think in that realm, just about everybody should have a gun that they can do this competition with. Okay? And just about any hunter will have a gun that will work in this competition. Okay. What else? So yeah, that covers... Oh, okay. Magazines. Okay. Firearm capacity. No more than 5 rounds in the gun itself. Okay? You can have a 10-round mag, but there can't be any more than 5 rounds in it. There'll be no topping off, so you can have 5 in the mag and 1 in the pipe. Nope, we all start off with 5 rounds. 5 rounds only. So some of these shooting competitions, they will have mag changes on them. So you're going to want more magazines or, be able to load quickly, however it works for your gun. All right. Caliber restrictions. Center fire rifles only. If you're doing I will allow 22s if you have a youngster who wants to be in the competition and do this too. And we'll have a separate a group for youngsters that are shooting 22, okay? But for all the grown-ups, center fire rifles only, okay? No particular caliber restrictions, 308, 223, 300 Magnum. I mean, I don't know why you'd want to do that. It can get kind of expensive, but if that's what you got, that's what you want to do, go for it, okay? All right, so I'm going to break here in just a second, and then we're going to go set up at the range, and I'm going to run through the first competition, okay? So what's going to be is, as much as I'd like to do one every week, I don't know if I can fit that into my time. So I'm going to say at least once every 3 weeks, we're going to have a new competition, okay? So that'll give you 3 weeks to get out to the range, to run through the competition, and get your scores into me so I can tally all the scores and get a ranking going, all right? So, and like I said, maybe once a quarter, I'll tally it all up, and I'll see who the best shooter is, and maybe we'll see about a prize. I don't know. I'm not promising anything, but we'll see, okay? But yeah, so once I post this, you'll have 3 weeks to get out to the range and do the competition, and then send me the information, all right? So, all right, we're going to break there, and next time you see me, we'll be set up at the range, all right?
Go.
Okay, folks, we're set up at the range. We got our target set up downrange. All right, we drew our card. We drew the 10 of spades. Here's our sequence of fire. So we're going to do 3 rounds from standing. It says high ready. We're going to use a standard practical rifle. We'll do ready position for snapshots and stuff like that. 3 rounds kneeling. Kneeling, you can do rice paddy prone, sitting, whatever makes you more comfortable. And then 3 rounds prone. Prone is prone. Everybody does prone. All right. Coulter's going to be calling out the target as I shoot so that I can make sure I'm tracking the right ones. So it's going to be 9. It's going to be 9 rounds total. We got 1 mag reload, this is also a good chance for you to flesh out your gear. Because what I realized, I don't have a mag pouch for these things, so I just got another one in my back pocket. So we'll have to see how that goes. Okay, we're ready to go. First target.
First target, standing red circle 1.
Standing red circle 1.
Next target, kneeling, green triangle, B. Target prone, blue square, 1.
Okay. So we're at the target, and I'm a bit rusty from winter. I can tell you that right now. So, red circle from standing. I got 2 on the line, 1 outside. From the kneeling position, I got 1 in the corner there, and 1 within a half an inch. And then from prone, I got all 3 in the green, or in the blue rather. So, my time, 75.35. So that's the time to beat. I'm sure somebody's going to, but that's the whole idea of the competition, is that we steel sharpens steel. So, all right, we'll pick this video up back at the shop, and we'll wrap this video up. See you there. How you doing, folks? Okay, we are back at the shop, and we're going to wrap this video up. So, my total points for shots on target was 55 points. Now, there was 1 shot I fired, didn't get on the target at all. I probably pulled that one off to the right. It was on the yellow triangle B. I probably pulled that one off to the right. So I had, on the first target, the red circle 1, I had 2 targets on the line, 1 within a half an inch. So that's 15 points, 5 points for each of those. The yellow triangle B, I had 2 hits on the line, so that's another 10 points there, 5 points each. And then on the blue square 1, I had 3 shots in the solid blue area, so those were 10 points each. So that brings my total points to 55. Plus, right now I have the fastest time, so I get 10 points for having the fastest time because I was the first one to do it. So my total points right now is 65. My time is 75.35. Okay, and all that, I have all that posted. So that's the time to beat. That's the score to beat. On my website, vdcfirearms.com, are all of the rules and instructions on how to score. Okay, so you can report. When you are reporting your score, send a picture of yourself holding your rifle that you ran it with next to the target, and then tell me what your score was. Be honest, folks. There's no reason to be doing any cheating on this. Here is our course of fire, and I'm going to show it here, but also Aaron's going to show a picture of it right now. Okay, so there's that, and I'll have that posted in the description down below as well. So, it was the 10 of spades, by the way, is what we pulled. So, again, what you'll need is the RE Factor Tactical Rifle IQ targets, the Dead Man's Deck if you want it, and then a shot timer. So, a couple of observations. Already, I've learned a couple of things that I need to work on. One, if you'll notice my reload, this one did require a reload because we have a maximum of 5 rounds in the gun. I normally reload with my left hand because I'm right-handed. I reload with my left hand. That is difficult to do when you're slung up. So I'm going to have to work on that. Probably going to have to practice with my rifle work reloading with the right hand from slung positions. So that's something that I need to work on. My transitioning from one position to the other, a little clunky, so really rusty from not getting out shooting this winter. So I'm going to have to pick up the pace on that. A couple of minor things I saw that I need to work on, but it's more of my issue. If you notice when the target was hung up, it didn't quite fit on the board that they have up for putting targets on. So I'm going to have to get like a piece of cardboard cut out that I can put the whole target on and then staple that to the board. That'll work better and that'll look better. So I'll do that next time. Let's see what else. It was pretty decently easy to identify the targets with the fixed power 2.5 times Leupold. I would definitely study your targets, okay, beforehand to make sure you know where you're going to be shooting. That helps a lot. And also, study the card before you go out. Just have it in front of you, going over it, so you know what position to go into and all. You'll notice on the target that there were some black dots on there. That's because I ran it once before. I forgot to go into the prone position. I did 6 shots from kneeling. It's like, oh man, dang it. Okay. So had to redo it. But all in all, it went well. I think this is going to be a great training aid. I think it's going to be fun to see how everybody does. I know Tom Russell is going to do a video on this. He's going to be the guy to watch. If you want training on this type of shooting and stuff, and this is just the very tip of the iceberg on the type of training that he puts you through, I definitely contact him. I'll have his website in the description below. It's American Firearms Academy out of Texas. And he does a lot of his training at Raton, New Mexico, the NRA Whittington Center. So, yeah. And I'm sure Steve Clifford, he does videos like this. I'm sure he's going to be taking part in it. I'm going to reiterate one thing. On the middle position where it says kneeling, rice paddy prone, sitting, are all except even the Hank squat. If you don't know what the Hank squat is, we'll show you. Steve will probably share that one to you. But all those are acceptable for the kneeling position. Whatever you're comfortable with, don't put yourself in a position that's going to hurt you. Okay? All right, folks. So this has been fun. I look forward to doing a lot more of these videos and seeing how the competitions all turn out. I'll probably do a video running through. So if you do a video, send it to me. I'll include it in the next one. If you, at the very least, I need a picture, and I'll run through. We'll do a video of the best times and pictures of the folks and all that. All right. So, all right, get out there and do some shooting, folks. I'll see you next time. This has been Scott with Dorsten Custom Firearms, your friendly neighborhood gunsmith. Take care.